Please don't call it a ride.
When zero gravity left some with zero clue.
Taking up space!
Have you been?
Three women were brave enough to answer the call. This is special coverage of Blonde Origin. Zero gravity, zero clue.
Link, welcome into our coverage. Glad to have you. You're a veteran of these space launches. How do you see today?
You know, Mark, it's great to be with you. I just spoke to a source in Connecticut that said Megan's husband, Douglas Brunt, just took out a massive life insurance policy on her this morning, but I'm sure that is not suspicious whatsoever.
What could possibly go wrong? Link, I can't help but reflect on the great astronauts in American history. Buzz Aldrin, John Glenn. Are our three heroes today likely to enter the pantheon of greatest ever?
You know, I can't tell if Buzz Aldrin would be proud of these women or if he'd be trying to slip a Mickey in their drinks at the bar, but nonetheless, they are really opening doors, Mark.
Link, let's meet our three brave astronauts today. The crew made up of three first-timers, brave souls who are going where no one has gone before, or not very many people have gone before. Megyn Kelly, of course, she's a journalist, an attorney, political commentator, and of course, a successful host on our program that appears on SiriusXM and on YouTube. Joining Megyn for this historic mission, Maureen Callahan, columnist for the Daily Mail, and the host of the Nerve podcast on the Megyn Kelly Network. And finally, Sarah Clemente. She's a hairstylist, one of Megyn's close friends. Her number one priority today, Link, making sure that everyone's hair looks absolutely flawless, even at 0G.
Okay, so that's funny to me. Still kind of laughing about the whole Katy Perry and Oprah's girlfriend who went into low or Earth atmospheric orbit, where they were spent approximately, maybe almost 10 minutes in a microgravity situation. Stunning and brave. That's been a major backfire for a lot of the people that thought that this would be a win. Then again, you know, Katy Perry's not used to. She's used to somewhat negative back feed, but this is just it's messed her up. She's she has exploded in firework of shame. Suspected that she's broken out in tears in several of her concerts because there's actually groups of people that go just to troll her. It's pretty wild. Anyways, DOJ investigating into Soros-backed Hennepin County attorney Mary Moriarty over radical race-based plea deal policy. So, totally not related to K.D. Lang here. If anybody knows who that is from the late 80s, early 90s. deep dive into that. The U.S. Department of Justice has initiated an investigation into Hennepin's County attorney Mary Moriarty's controversial new policy that mandates prosecutors to consider a defendant's race when negotiating these plea deals. Soros-backed Hennepin County District Attorney has implemented a new radical policy requiring prosecutors to consider a defendant's race when negotiating plea deals and pursuing sentence reductions. This will be very interesting. We've actually witnessed some of this happen in the Biden era, I do believe, if I remember right, and it definitely had an impact on crime in a negative way, the blatant push for race-based justice, which would take effect in 2025, April 28th, would be slammed by critics as unconstitutional, divisive, and dangerous step towards undermining the rule of law. Of course it would. The internal document titled okay, if you do this, then that means that you can actually start to really focus this not on, black people like, yeah, this is going to be great. We can do what we want, which, that'll work for a little bit, but they're not really worried about you guys anymore. I don't know if you realize this or not, but they don't care about you anymore. You're not their new footstool to stand on to get to their reign in power. They are actually they just used you guys up until about here recently. And, you know, hopefully they can spark a race war between whites and blacks. That's the main goal, really. That's really what they're trying to do. And then once that happens, then they're going to rein in their martial law, and then your homes will all be overtaken by illegals that came across the border that are getting citizenship through the military that Dick Durbin wanted to do, which he's retired now. But, you know, there's other people that stand in his place that would love to put illegals in the military because they would be glad to do what they're told so that they could get their foothold in this country and your land and your place and whatever little bit of things that you own. So go ahead. Make their day. But long story short, what they'll do is they'll say, well, you know, this guy, and like I said, black people, this isn't going to be good for you. And, you know, this will enable a lot of really bad things to happen to perpetuate what I just said, all those words a minute ago. But the illegals will be, you know, put this will be their category. She'll say, hey, you know, how dare you? He's an illegal immigrant who's came from a war-torn country because the United States started everything, and you know we can't give him, you know, any kind of real sentence. And matter of fact, he gets your car. You're going to give him your car when you leave here. This will be what they want. This is how they want to go. So there's a lot of people that don't understand how things work because they live in the moment and social media's algorithms that want to pit people against each other, divide and conquer. That think that this lady's up to the, you know, this is beneficial for one side. When you do that, there's severe consequences that lay into that, and it's not good for anybody. But anyhow, the letter addressed directly to this, I dare to say, chick, says that I lost my place. Well, while the documents read report, while racial identity and age are not appropriate grounds for departures, the proposed resolution should consider the person charged as a whole person, including their racial identity and age, while these factors. But the letter addressed directly to Moriarty DOJ officials made it clear that investigating will focus on whether the Hennepin County Attorney's Office is engaged in a pattern of practice of depriving persons of rights, privilege, and immunities secured on protected constitutional laws. Citing concerns of this, the DOJ is zero in on what it calls illegal consideration of race in its prosecutorial decision making. Bondi stated that the DOJ will conduct a comprehensive review of all the relevant the HCAO policies and Hennepin County Attorney and practices that may involve the illegal use of race in prosecutorial decisions. And you know, I think that Pam Bondi's doing some investigating. How about looking into what Obama was into, and Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton, and George Soros, and Alex Soros, and all the other wonderful people who've done a great job in enabling this kind of behavior to be a normal. That's where it's really at. Well, anyways, guys, I just want to let you know that there is some investigating going on. Hopefully, you know, within the next 7 to 10 to 20 years, we still have America left that we can actually arrest these people. But, you know, we'll see, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll hope for the best. Take it easy. Wow.
Generally, like these programs, these grants are going to be like along the lines of save the baby pandas. And it's like, well, of course, who wouldn't want to save the baby pandas? And you know, in some cases, they've got a show panda, which they will trot out for special occasions. In a lot of cases, they don't even have a show panda.
No panda.
There's not even one panda. Because we asked for pictures, and we don't even get one panda. And it's like, well, you gotta, well, that's a lot of, you know, what does $1 billion get you? Does it not even get you one panda?
You really want to see a baby panda?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,